Why, hello there. How's it going? Ooh. Okay, so a little bit of a video update. For the past couple days, we have been working on multiple different, more complex videos. I guess one of them is like a 30-second to a minute video. Still pretty funny. We had a lot of effort that went into that one. But some of the other videos we're working on are two-parters, and there's a big one that we're planning on releasing towards the end of, about towards the end of September. So we've got a lot of stuff we're working on. The ironic thing is, however, after we spent like 4 days working on these videos, it got to today, and I was looking over the schedule, and I realized that none of the clips could be put up by today. Originally, we had planned to put up, we had plans to put up another Time Quest today. And we do have the clips for that, and it's currently being edited. But I'm being perfectly honest, school just started. I am not going to be able to edit all of those clips together in order to get it ready for tomorrow morning. Time, that's how time works. So those are ready to go. They just need to be squished together and magicked up a bit. This one definitely is going to be a little bit more, go away. There's a mosquito in here. This one's definitely going to be a little more time intensive and resource intensive, because there is, in one of the shots, there is the most MKs that there has ever been in a single shot, and this occurs simultaneously. So I think the current record holder, mosquito. I think the current record holder is 3 MKs, and that was in the dark one when you see them all walk into the same area. This one is going to have 4 MKs, and it's going to be a smaller space. So you're going to see them surrounding a singular point, and it's going to be kind of fun. But it's going to take a while to edit together. Long story short, there's not a skit this week, but that works out okay, because I got a story. And you guys like MK story time, right? I hope you do, because otherwise, why are you clicking on this video? Just why? So, this week, up here at the university, we have what's known as a Week of Welcome, which has a lot of different events and things that go on. Ironically, a lot of the welcoming events are this week, but also the week before, so it's like 1 week, but there's events across 2 of them. Don't think about that too much. Don't worry, it's fine. But my brain just blacked out. There we go, I'm back. This story pertains to an event that happened in a Week of Welcome event last year, but I started thinking about it because of the Week of Welcome stuff this year. So this goes back to Main Street in our city, exactly a year and about 3 days ago. Well, a week. 5 days. Yeah, probably 5 days. About a year and 5 days ago, we were walking down Main Street, and they have this event where multiple businesses along this Main Street offer out, different foods and, little games and whatnot. And it's just a fun time. You go there for a couple hours and you just walk up and down, get kind of familiarized with some of the culture of our town. And it's a good time. It's a lot of fun. And this year, everything went off without a hitch. Everything was just great. Good, we went there, came back, no problems, no hiccups, nothing. Last year, on the other hand, was a different story. So there we are, me and 2 other friends. One of them was actually Supergirl, who pops up in some of the videos, or is popping up in some of the videos. That's a nod to future stuff, I guess. We have a lot of videos that just need to be edited. Anyway, so we were hanging out and we're walking along the street, visiting different places, and we get to this particularly long stretch where there wasn't really anything there. We're just kind of between businesses and we're just, walking, chilling. And there was a decent amount of cloud cover, which we were thankful for because, it's during summertime, so it gets hot. So any way to keep the sun off you, you're thankful. You're not melting into a puddle of human stew. That would be bad and gross. So we're walking along, just chilling, and it starts to kind of rain a little bit. Except after a moment we realize it's not rain, it's actually hail. Which, is super chill. Little tiny pieces of hail, about, half the size of a baby pea. And we just walk along, chilling, hold out a cup, pick them up, use them as ice in your drinks. It's just delicious, deliciously good time. As we're walking along, the half baby pea sized hail starts to get about the size of a full pea. And you do not like it when hail starts to grow from half pea to full pea. So we're like, okay, but it's not that big of a deal. It's a little weird, but not that big. And the hail starts to pick up a little. Starts to fall a little more fast, a little more quickly. And then the the full pea grows to about the size of, what's bigger than a pea? A big pea. It's the size of a big pea. So you have these large chunks of hail that are starting to fall, and they're starting to fall pretty quickly. But again, it's nothing too crazy. It's a little fun, a little weird, but so we start picking up the pace a little bit. And that's when chunks of hail about that big, start falling. And it falls like a blanket. Like they all just start all at once. And so we're just walking along, and suddenly the hail starts to get a little more painful and a little more painful. And so I remember distinctly making the sound, ha, ha, ow, 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 as the hail started getting larger and larger and falling faster and faster until it was no longer fun and humorsome. It was like the sky itself was attacking us with tiny little ice rocks. Except they weren't tiny, they were like the size of my eye. And they were just falling everywhere. We were kind of surprised that, more cars weren't getting holes in them. We didn't see any cars with holes in them. We actually only heard a couple car alarms go off too. So that was you. Sorry. Hiccuped in it, threw off my entire sentence. That was new. So we dive for cover underneath this one little patio porch thing along the main street. And it's just hailing with such a thunderous force. You could hear the sound echoing everywhere as these tiny little, I don't know why I keep calling them tiny, but these rocks, these sky rocks, just start falling and smashing into the ground. And it was simultaneously terrifying, but also thrilling. And so as we're standing there under the cover, we are all kind of looking at each other with faces because it was not something you saw every day. And I mean, most people weren't dying from it, so that was a good sign. And it was just fun. With the exception being, being in pain from ice rocks. And then 30 seconds later, it suddenly just let up and it was gone. And we were like, what just happened? So I don't know what we did, but somewhere along the way, I think one of us incurred the wrath of an ice god, because I don't know how else to explain the sudden freak hailstorm that blew through, why it flashed by so fast, and why those ice chunks seemed to be out to kill us.